Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over Bitcoin, cryptocurrency market, and some other assets. Put this together because Bitcoin, and the S&P and TradFi markets are kind of correlated a little bit. And we will put this together, see what's going on, possibly see if this is one big fake out. We're all screwed, man. It's all going to zero again, right? Possibly. I doubt it's going to go to zero, though. Here's the thing with Bitcoin. Got it on that trend line, and it went right down to that trend line, okay? Do I think Bitcoin can go up? I think it's probably going to go back up again. It's really difficult to get a five-way move out of that. So that's probably a three-way move. And if it is, it's at least going to do a retrace back up that way, that direction. And, I'm just looking at Bitcoin, trying to wait for it to suss itself out in this area. And, let's take a look at what we do know. What do we know? We know we got a five-way move right here. And if that's a five-way move, there's only one other thing that can be. That's got to be a flat. That's got to be a flat because five waves can't be by themselves. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that move right there. You see right here. That's got to be a flat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. There's your flat. Maybe Bitcoin ended right there and made an ABC. And in my opinion, you can see something like this with Bitcoin. You got another three-way move. And it looks like maybe another three-way move and maybe another three-way move. And maybe, just maybe, that's where it's going to do its deal to go back down, right? Maybe something like that. Because what do you have now? Now you got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And what can come next on the flat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that, guys. Okay? So that's what I would be checking out. I think that people are a little bit they think Bitcoin's going to dump from here, and it very well could, guys. I don't know what if it's going to do that, if it's a retrace, if this somehow is some goofy looking five-way move right here. It could be, but it's like, look at the RSI. It looks three-wave-ish to me, guys. It looks very three-wave-ish down there and three-wave-ish. So we shall see. And plus, it's bouncing off that trend line. Now, these trend lines are subjective. You got to play with them a little bit, guys, and just get it on there and see where it could bounce and stuff like that. Okay. But it's definitely staying within that trend line. That's kind of what I was expecting for it. If it was going to come down, let's wait and see if it's going to bounce right there. And then boom, and right over here could possibly be a little bit of a long trade over here, in this area. Boom, might go up in a wave, correct it, and then up into another wave. You'd see that. You could see that right here, You don't have to do it right now because you take the risk of it going up and rolling over. But if it goes up into a wave and then back down, and then you could do a trade right there with that if you want. Okay. So with Bitcoin, here's the deal with it. Okay. Let's go over, and I'm going to go over some other things. It's going to be the news of the week. It's going to be the news of the week. It's the DXY, guys. This right here is going to determine what is going to be going on in the traditional markets and also with Bitcoin. For this week, for this right here. And basically, if you see this bust that trend and it's over there and the DXY is on a new trend, you will be looking at the markets going down. However, it could be a fake out. Okay. It could be a fake out. Why? It's because I'm looking at this right here. You got a three wave, and it looks like a 5. It looks like a flat to me, guys. Kind of like what it did right in this area right here. And then it could start doing more of a grind, a slow grind that way, guys. So, you can cut this up on the DXY and make this look like it's definitely gone bearish. And that's true. And with other data in the traditional markets, you're looking at, oh yeah, it's doomed. It's going down. The stocks look like crap. But, you're just not going to know until that busts that trend line, guys. Okay. So that's going to pay attention to that this week. That'll be the news for the people that are trading it right now. Okay. Because they're saying it's going dump. It's going to dump. The trad markets are going to dump from where they are. Okay. So right now, let's take a look at the S&P 500, right? What did they do? What have they done? They said dump, it's going to dump. And it did dump down to here. But ever since then, this area, it's been dump, dump, dump. And maybe it's getting ready to do a dump based off that DXY, guys. but I'm going to be paying attention to this. I won't be surprised if there's some sort of massive corrective move that it's doing over here for the S&P 500. Why? Well, let's go back in history and take a look at what it did last time. Right here. You see this move? Okay, let's move right here. A, B, C, just like that. A three-wave swing. And the macro environment wasn't supporting going up right here. And you see this right here? What did it do? From there to there, it went up 19%. And this area right here, this is a little bit different, went up 19%. It just kept grinding up. What if it's doing it over here, guys? What if this is just some sort of grind up 45, 4,600, and then it's going to do the crash? That very well could be. And your answer will be right here with the DXY. You know, like I said, I could be wrong and that's it, and it's going to do the dump. Okay, but let's look at the data on Bitcoin, a long-term time frame, right? Bitcoin is supporting more towards more upside now, more medium term, if you will, based off all the data that you have down here with Bitcoin, right? Let me go to a 12-hour chart. You see that 12-hour? It's burned off more of that RSI, more of it. Now it's down there to 54 on the 12-hour chart. So the data is saying that Bitcoin is going to be in here, making a correction, maybe to 22.3, maybe come down to here or something like that. Where is this going to end up? Who knows? Who knows? The data is showing like 1, 2, up here for 3, back down for a 4, maybe up for a 5. And then data is showing this back here, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be a strong wave. Who knows? Who knows what's going to be going on? There's your bearish divergence right there. And then possibly over here would be A, B, C, back down to these areas, something like that, and can get off into another wave. Or, you know, maybe the bears are right, and then this is the crash of all crash. No, actually, I should say Capo. Capo is right. That Capo guy, you know, he's so sure, keeps putting in the shorts. But you have to take a look at this reasonably, guys, with this move right here. This is definitely looking like it wants to rip off another wave down there, guys. Kind of like some of the other coins did. Okay, let me remove some of that. Move this down here, okay? So maybe there's going to be a good amount of more upside over here on the S&P 500. You can't deny that. It could come up, do correction, and rocket up a little bit more. It's going to depend on the DXY, this area. If the DXY busts that trend line and it's into an actual uptrend, that's a possibility. You take a look at the DXY. Let's go to a 2-hour chart, though, guys. You know, I'm looking at that. It's looking it's looking like a flat, guys. It really is to me. This could be a serious trick. You know, I don't know, like a wave here, 1, 2, 3, and then up for like something like that. So, and it's definitely coming to the end of its trend right there. You can see that. Looking at a 4-hour, coming up to the end of the trend, 1, 2. You know, it could punch through there, but it's coming up to the end of it, okay, with the strength of that wave, sort of like this one over here, guys, you know, all the way up there and then where that is. So it's going to remain to be seen what's going to be happening over there. Maybe it's up a little bit, do more of a correction. It can go up. Bitcoin over here, longer term trend, you know, does its correction and then it finishes off another wave, possibly. Or, you know, maybe this goes all the way into March. Maybe this is going to be going all the way up a little bit more and then a correction over here all the way into, say, like the end of March. And then by the end of March, it's going to do a wave over there or something like that, guys. So I wouldn't get too overly bearish just because of this RSI bleed, guys, you know, right here. Okay. It's not putting off the characteristics of wanting to do a mega crash all the way down here. In my opinion, with this right here, guys, it's just not. Okay. You know, I could be wrong, but it's resetting it. You look at the 8-hour chart, it's coming all the way down there right now, guys. You know, a series, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. And it just seems like to me that it's going to be at some point, whenever that's going to be ready, it's going to rip that off or something like that, guys. So that's how I look at it with the markets right now. Okay. And with Bitcoin in particular. And then, like I said, this right here, you got to realize too, this same thing that's going on over here is like this over here, guys. It's just like that over there. S&P 500 went up 18% and then it had to crash. And think about that. I mean, this would just, 1, 2, and then back up to this area. And then finally it has a crash, whether it probably maintain these lows. But if it's going to break the lows, maybe it's over there or something like that. DXY, where you want to pay attention to over here on the DXY, see if it goes up and breaks it and does something like that. And then also too, guys, you want to be keeping your eye on some of the stocks. Apple hasn't dumped. What is Amazon in? Is Amazon in a full-blown correction? Let's take a look at the 4-hour on Amazon, checking that out. Amazon is maybe in a correction, guys. So it could be some correction, could have another swing up. You just don't know yet right now with it, okay? And then the other thing too is the BTC, the people are using the evidence for the DXY is the gold chart, guys. And wouldn't it be wild if the gold just made a serious correction, okay? So here it is on the 4-hour chart. Look at the gold chart, guys. Okay, look at where it did this in the 4-hour. Okay, up into this wave. And you know what that looks like right there, guys? This is what they're using for the DXY, because this is more correlated to DXY. Look at that. I mean, look. You see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe the DXY has a little more upside, and then gold over here back into its trend. More than likely, guys, with the DXY. If this is a flat, okay? If this is a flat and it finishes off a flat on gold, this is a corrective move down, which means after this, gold is going to start doing that again, guys. You have a good shot of that. So that means the DXY could be going down, okay? It's just like this area over here. And show you something here on the S&P 500, guys. There's a fake out. It said, hey, pay attention to this area right here, okay? Let me remove that. I'll show you. Pay attention to this area right here on the S&P 500 because it could start doing a move back up, okay? Right here. You see that? A, B, C. Okay? That's what trick traders out. That's where Elliott Waves, in a way, has an advantage, okay? It has an advantage. Elliott Waves can keep you in trades or out of trades, but sometimes you can look at it more objectively and go, if that's a flat, then it went up into a wave, it corrected, and it's going to go up. And obviously, at this point, right now, that was a flat. Same thing with gold. If that's a flat, it's going to go back up, which means for the DXY, a little more upside, and then it's going to go back into another trend. Because if it does do that, right, if it does do that, it starts going like this, back into an uptrend, that means what? What's the DXY? The DXY is still going to keep grinding down a little bit, which means what? Over here, the S&P 500, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe grinds up a little bit more, does another correction, keeps on grinding, right? Which means what? Bitcoin probably in this area, just like so, guys, back up. Maybe it comes back down to this area, and Bitcoin might go into another wave like so, guys. Completes off that wave, and then it'll do a correction over here. Something to think about. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.